little known fact about Ramesh is he created the first website in Nasik. It's not that he created the web and invented HTML, but he saw that Nasik deserved to have a website, and in 1992 he kind of said, we're going to do this. And I think this bottom-up innovation that we've set up is helping the next generation of innovators to do the same type of thing. Joey's been living that life in a big way. He's one of the most innovative thinkers, and he leads this lab brilliantly. There's multiple labs here. It's not just one lab. Media isn't about journalism, but it's about technology being the medium and how it can drive the future. I'd like to introduce the director of the MIT Media Lab, Joi Ito.
Thank you, John. And first of all, welcome to everybody from Kumbh Mela in India and TCS. I'm very, very happy to see you. I started about 5 years ago now, and when I first got here, the Media Lab was, it's an amazing place, but I'm from the internet, and it felt like a container, where inside there was all this amazing innovation, but it was kind of wrapped up in a shell. And it felt like a computer that was amazing but wasn't connected to the internet. And so one of the first things I tried to do was to change the Media Lab from a container into a platform. And so Ramesh talked about deploy, because it used to be Nicholas Negroponte, the founder, often said, demo or die, and that demo only has to work once. And the way that we impacted the world was by inspiring our sponsors, and then they made products like the Kindle or Guitar Hero. But I realized with the internet and with the lowering cost of innovation and with innovators around the world that we could impact the world directly, and we should interact with the world directly. And also, I think, you know, MIT was mostly a federally funded institution where we were doing atomic research and missiles and material science. And you could do most of the work sitting here in a laboratory at MIT. But as we started to look at the rest of the world, we realized, and Ramesh was one of the early leaders in doing just this idea of hackathons and workshops, that our students would come back and they would say they learned more in India than they had done in years sitting in the lab here, because understanding how to work inside of a different context where the technology might be deployed, rather than, as Ramesh was saying, dropping a technology over the wall, this became a big thing. And actually, after a while, I think the majority of our students from India were coming through the people that we were meeting in these workshops. So not only were we learning a lot, we were also recruiting the next generation of students. And as we started to expand, I think that Ramesh kept iterating on this idea. So he said, not a hackathon, you know, because a hackathon is like a short-term thing, and it's a great way of doing kind of prototyping. But what we realized is this relationship building. And again, Ramesh is one of the most ambitious faculty I've ever met. So when he told me 30 million people were going to show up and we were going to do this thing a couple of years ago, I just couldn't imagine it at all. I mean, the scale was just so amazing. And but I think for us, you know, I mean, obviously it's we talk about doing impact in the real world, but for us, and now I think I speak on behalf of MIT as well. The ability to interact and the co-innovate, I think, is a tremendously important way to think. And I think that what we're realizing is that this, and the fact that you're all here today, I mean, I think going to the field and doing something is one thing, but also connecting it back to the highest level of technology. So I don't, this may sound like a derogatory thing, but one category of kind of teaching a man to fish, they kind of would send dumbed down technology into the field and sort of make appropriate technology, which is, I think, in one phase, it's very interesting. But I think what's exciting about the Kumbhathon and the work that we did was we brought the most advanced technology and worked with all of you to create, you know, to really leapfrog anything that we could develop here. And so I think that the idea that doing work in this emerging world is in some way low tech, I think is completely the wrong image. And I think that we've seen from this collaboration that the kind of things that we could do with you is far more interesting than what we can do here by ourselves. So thank you so much for your support, and I hope that this becomes a model for collaboration with other countries, but also I think, you know, we've had lots of relationships with India, but I hope that this becomes a very strong bridge for MIT to work with India as well. So thank you so much.